This is a weird complaint that I know a lot of people won't be able to relate to, but I really despise my bed right now. It's sitting right there and it's massive. It takes up half my room. It's a king size bed, okay? As a single person myself, I should definitely not have a king size bed. I think couples as well probably shouldn't have a king size bed either. No one should ever have more than a double. Actually, you know what? No. If you're in a polyamorous relationship, I think those are the only people bigger beds should be marketed towards, okay? Another gripe I have with it as well is it's pretty high off the floor, which I don't know about you, but I really like the feeling of sleeping on the floor. Sounds weird, I know, but the best sleep I ever got, which is actually in a vlog that I did a couple years ago. My friend has a holiday home up north in Scotland, and you know, I arrived pretty fashionably late for it. Around 2 days late, so I don't know, pretty fashionable if I do say so myself. So every room and bed had already been taken by one of my other friends. So in the vlog, if you've seen it, I was sleeping on a mattress on a floor in the living room. And I have to say, best nights of sleep of my life. So you know, having a higher bed is just not really my thing. Okay everybody, I know for this take, I'm gonna get in some trouble with some of my friends. But you know, I like to be authentic with you all, so I'm just gonna say it. I'm really happy Halloween's over, okay? Even though I'm wearing green, I do not want to be the Grinch of Halloween. It just matches my eyes. If you like Halloween, perfectly fine, okay? I do still like Halloween, but just not in the same way a lot of my friends like Halloween. Now, just even the basics of Halloween, Halloween as a holiday, I do not remember getting any time off school for Halloween, okay? So immediately is one of the worst holidays. I think one of the main reasons why I don't like Halloween is because it's past its peak, you know? Peak Halloween was back in the day when I was young enough to go trick-or-treating. You know, maybe this is just a me experience. My neighborhoods and the neighborhoods around mine used to turn up for Halloween. You know, the decorations were insane. They might have like doors that you could go up to and trick-or-treat at. Everyone got into the spirit there. It was a great time. I remember one year as well, me and my family, I don't know if it was just us or the whole street, but we went trick-or-treating a week early to prepare ourselves for the coming week. You know, to enter the trick-or-treating gauntlet, which was my neighborhood, you had to have a strategy. So that's why I feel like none of the experiences I've had around Halloween since then have really been able to live up to those times. But I know you're thinking, Owen, at your age though, there's still, you know, great stuff that happens at Halloween. All the parties and dressing up and all the parties. And you know, going out during Halloween, that's fun, right, Owen? Yes, I do agree, it is fun, and you know, I do have a reputation to uphold, and I really can't be slacking off during Halloween. There was actually another time where Halloween wasn't as good as trick-or-treating, but it's still better than it is, you know. I'm a pretty extroverted person, but I don't know why when it comes to Halloween, all my introverted tendencies just start to come out. The second Halloween peak for me happened a couple years ago. There was still a bunch of parties and stuff around Halloween, but on the day of Halloween, there was no parties because it would be like a school night or something. And, you know, being a middle child, there's not a lot of benefits that come with it. But when I came to these two Halloweens, it was pretty good, okay? So what happened is my brother would be at university. My younger sister, she would still be out trick-or-treating with my parents. So alone in the house for the whole night would just be me and my dogs, right? And I know you're thinking, oh, and that sounds really sad, you know? What I would do is I would order foods, and of course my parents were like, you can order foods and we'll pay for it. So, you know, free food, obviously great, you know, ordering food. That was like one of the first times I ever ordered food was from one of these experiences. So that was a fun experience for me at the time. Obviously not anymore, but back then it was. Set myself up in the living room, big TV screen, you know, I'm watching TV and I'm having a good time. I'm dressed up as Nightwing. Basically, he's older Dick Grayson, you know, the first Robin. I'm dressed up as him because he was really cool, right? I have this Halloween tradition where I'd rewatch the first season of my favorite show, so I'd be doing that. But the best thing about being in the house alone was you got to be the person to hand out candy and sweets to the trick-or-treaters, which I know is kind of boring to a lot of people. I don't know if they like it. I just always find it really funny because every interaction was always the same, where you'd answer the door and, you know, they'd say the line trick or treat and you'd be like, oh, cool. So you got any jokes or whatever? And then they'd really nervously look at their parents like, do we have jokes? And, you know, I'd clock the parents like basically telling me with their eyes, hey, please laugh at this, you know. Please do not destroy my kid's confidence. You have to laugh at this. And, you know, communicating with my eyes, I'd tell the parents like, don't worry, I got you. And then, you know, of course the kids would tell the same joke that I've heard a million times already. And, you know, I had to do the same like fake laugh or whatever and be like, that's actually a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one. You know, it's just a really wholesome, adorable experience to have, you know, with like your community or whatever. Especially in my new neighborhood because it was kind of dead. So I kind of felt bad for the kids who had to trick or treat there. I don't know, I felt like I was doing something good for the community by you know, being in the house and letting these kids actually trick-or-treat. I feel like the whole bowl of sweets at the front of the door saying, oh, please only take one. I feel like that takes so much away from these kids of actually having a good trick-or-treating experience. So how it kind of goes for me is, first peak was trick-or-treating. Second peak was being tricked and treated. This year for Halloween, I went as Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. I don't actually know if I got any photos of my outfit. I just wore like the blue shirt he wears. And you know, the red scarf he puts around his neck. A lot of people confuse me with the cowboy, which is why I got the badge as well. You know, I really love the first Jurassic Park film. You know, I kind of paused off after that, but I still enjoy, you know, Jeff Goldblum in the second one and the Spinosaurus scenes from the third one. And you know, the first world's okay. The second one is alright. And then the third one was... Sam Neill was in it, so you know, yeah. Sam Neill, who was the actor behind Alan Grant as well, I didn't know, but he was actually Inspector Campbell in Peaky Blinders, which is insane to me because he just disappeared into both his characters. He's a really good actor because it's crazy the contrast between, you know, Alan Grant and Inspector Campbell.